Unicitatea Rosiei Montane a luat naștere în însăși istoria ei, aflată vreme de mai bine de 2000 de ani sub semnul aurului, același care îi amenință astăzi existența. Aurul a adunat în văile apusenilor o diversitate de popoare și de culturi, a căror amprentă comună a generat o așezare fără pereche, în care elementele arhitectonice rurale și urbane, ca și specificitatea culturală a fiecărui neam, se întrepătrund. Cu 1900 de ani în urmă, Traian trecea Dunărea în căutarea legendarului aur al dacilor, ultima soluție la uriașa criză financiară care apăsa imperiul. Atunci începe și istoria atestată a Rosiei Montane.
Rome has grown large, but surrounding its civilized core, barbarian tribes in Germania and Dacia, modern-day Germany and Romania, resist Roman domination.
Dacia is a relatively rich area. If the Romans were to expand, Dacia would be a natural choice. The resources are there to make this, if not a profitable campaign, at least a campaign that could potentially pay for itself.
106 AD. Not settling for half measures, Trajan leads his expansive forces to the political center of the Dacian kingdom, Sarmisegetusa in present-day Romania. Trajan's reputation as a master commander precedes him, and the Dacian king Decebalus wants to undermine his efforts by making sure he doesn't profit. To keep the Dacian treasury from falling into Roman hands, Decebalus buries his riches. Only he and his henchman Bacillus know where.
Decebalus had diverted the course of the river, dug a hole in the river bed and thrown in a great quantity of silver and gold. Then he covered them with stones and brought the river back into its course. But one of his companions, a man named Bacillus, knew what he had done. Dio Cassius on Roman history.
Within the walls of the fortress city, soldiers and citizens prepare for the invasion by Roman troops. The Dacians put their faith in their stout walls and strong army. But should the Romans breach the gates, the citizens will be ready. Armed with torches and oil, they will leave the Romans with nothing worth taking. And for themselves, a poison is prepared, so that no Dacian man, woman, or child will suffer capture and Roman slavery. If they are defeated, they will all be joined in death.
Although the Dacian equipment was not as good, they were fighting for their homeland, they were occupying extremely strong positions, and as I said about the capital, this is a big fortified place, it was a bitter struggle.
The Roman efforts pay off as their forces penetrate the doomed city.
It was the first big military success by a reigning emperor since the days of Augustus and Julius Caesar. This was a remarkable achievement.
The victory reaps material benefits as well. Bacillus leads Roman soldiers to his king's treasure.
The amount of gold that Trajan received or took in his conquest of Dacia was enormous by any stretch, and it had actually been hidden by the Dacians under the river Sargetius.
These riches, along with the active gold mines of Dacia, replenished the Roman treasury. According to the Chronicles, Rome recovers 225 tons of gold, 500 tons of silver, and 50,000 slaves.
The gold and silver coming from the booty that he had collected from the Dacian wars was used to fund a fantastic building program in Rome, on a scale that Rome did not see before.
The spoils of war provide Trajan with the funds he needs to build a new forum complex in Rome, the largest ever built. Though the forum was magnificent in its day, little but the centerpiece column remains. But it's enough. This astonishing edifice, called Trajan's Column, provides a cryptic pictorial narrative of the Dacian wars that returned Rome to her glory.
Trajan's Column is about 100 foot high, with 155 different scenes from the war against the Dacians. It's not a blow-by-blow account, of course. It's got, as it were, symbolic sort of scenes. We also can see barbarians of various kinds and their equipment and so on. But by and large, of course, it is the triumphal advance of the Romans and their two victories in the two wars.
Depicted with great pathos, these noble prisoners are probably being held as hostages.
Others in large numbers would be set to work in quarries around the empire, recruited into the army and then posted away from the Danube, or they would have been perhaps used in the gold mines in Dacia, exploited before the Roman conquest and then of course continued after the conquest.
Trajan's conquest was the Roman Empire's high watermark, and when he died, Trajan's ashes were placed in the base of his column. But it was the last time the empire was ever on the strategic initiative. Within 150 years, most of his conquests had been abandoned. Today, one of the few traces left is a country's name, Romania, named after the Romans who came and conquered.
După ce Dacia a fost cucerită de romani, au venit în Apuseni și mai ales la Albunus Maior, Rosia Montana de azi, populații întregi pentru a exploata aurul. Aceste populații au venit cu modul lor de trai, cu organizarea lor și au lăsat numeroase inscripții cu nume ilire, cu divinități din Dalmația mai ales.
north of England, one of the best known and best preserved frontiers of the Roman Empire is situated, Hadrian's Wall. Running over a distance of 113 kilometers, Hadrian's Wall is very well preserved at many locations. Hadrian's Wall is exposed to all weather conditions without protection. English Heritage has the important task of preserving the monument. Many efforts are being made to ensure that the various archaeological sites are protected in a sustainable way. Alongside the many outdoor sites where visitors can explore the Roman constructions in situ, selected sites, for example Vindolanda or Segedunum, also have modern museums to provide additional information and exhibit interesting finds from the region. At Birdoswald Fort, for example, the museum and fort give insights into the continuity of settlement at this very spot.
La Rosia Montana există mina, există așezarea de minieri. La fiecare așezare de minieri există zona sacră, zona de temple și necropola aferentă. În momentul în care se epuiza filonul sau din alte motive, se muta mina, se muta și colectivitatea care făcea cercetările. Deci nu există o așezare unică pe care să o cercetezi, ci există multe așezări, probabil cronologic dispuse în spațiu, care ar trebui să fie cercetate.
Această misiune științifică începută din 1999 în perimetrul Rosia Montana, a scos la iveală ceea ce academicienii noștri se pare că n-au auzit. Și anume, vreau să citesc neapărat pentru că este altfel când o spun ei cu cuvintele lor. Datarea dacică, obținută cu carbon 14, are o cronologie între 265 și 90 înainte de Hristos pe șantierul Cârnic. De fapt, după diferitele faze de săpare observate în plan și topografia lucrării acestei rețele, nu este posibil să se distingă importante schimbări în tehnica miniere. Singura noutate pe care o aduce romanizarea se pare că rezidă în introducerea opaițului, pentru care sunt săpate nișe în pereți. Înainte se foloseau bețe de lemn pentru iluminat. Toate acestea ne duc la ideea că activitatea minieră dacică este bine dezvoltată în subteran la Rosia Montana, atât la Țarina cât și la Cârnic, astea fiind de acolo unde au cercetat, că n-au avut voie peste tot, nu li s-au dat aprobări. Și de ce să subliniez? Pentru că academicienii noștri susțin că dacii nu extrageau aurul din subteran și nici nu prelucrau aurul. Deci acestea sunt concluziile unor specialiști străini. Apoi, după cucerirea și relansarea activității miniere, s-au reluat lucrările deja săpate în epoca pre-romană și vor fi fost date în utilizarea probabilă a acelorași familii de minieri indigeni. Acești ultimi păstrători ai unui meșteșug ancestral vor continua să-și deschidă șantierele lor în aceeași manieră de abataj atât de caracteristică, cu proporții regulate, calibrate și foarte geometrice, probabil o tehnică minieră dacică.